Hey guys, welcome back. This is REGeeks. This is another amazing podcast. Michael Fielden and I, my trusted cohort over there, we're going to be talking tech. We're going to be talking about what you need to do to succeed in real estate in the first 30 days. Michael's got a ton of notes. I got a ton of notes. This is going to be incredibly interactive, and I cannot wait to hear what he's going to say. He has something he calls fodder or something.
Fodder, Greg. Fodder. Hey, everybody, great to be here again. Greg, thanks for the introduction. And boy, is there news coming out today.
Ooh,
I don't care about the news, though. I have some exciting information. Microsoft released a report in 2023 that is becoming very, very relevant and very true. Want to know what that report was, Greg?
I would love to actually learn about this because I don't
figured
know
you would. This was a report about what Microsoft felt AI was going to replace in the job market.
Oh, boy.
Pretty interesting. What do you think is number one?
I'm going to go with real estate agents.
No, definitely not. I actually think there's good news for real estate agents. Number one, interpreters and translators.
I can totally actually see that.
These people are doomed. It is basically going to be the end of that industry as we know it. Now, there are some pluses and minuses to this. Sometimes you just need people in the area where you are that translate for you live. But I think that you're going to see hardware that comes out. You're going to see technology advancing. I think there is a promise of a robot that is going to help with this.
Well, there's this ad I see consistently on Instagram or Facebook or TikTok, one of them, and it's this like an earbud, right? You know,
yeah.
And you put it in your
it'll
ear.
Translate live.
It'll translate all the languages live, like 128 languages or something like that.
Yeah. The only thing that can't do is say, "Tell me what I'm looking at right now."
True, but you can understand.
But it's getting there because Google can, your phone can. We're getting there. Okay, number two, and boy, I can't tell you, this really makes me happy after my conversation with one of the leading brands. Number two is customer service reps. Okay, you're going to see it going away. This one's going to hurt.
I don't like that idea.
You may not, but other people do. Number three, and this one hurts, writers and journalists. Do we really need people to write books these days? I think you need people for concepts, but it's just too easy to write with AI. Number four.
Yeah, true.
Dun, dun, dun.
Tell me more.
No, I do not think this applies to real estate, but sales representatives.
You're talking like if you go to like Macy's or something, or if you're
Macy's.
online.
And dude, go into Macy's. Find a sales rep these days. You can't. And I got to tell you, I've been dealing with a big red-orange company that half the time I go in there and they don't speak English. And I struggle. So I need a translator. Oh, wait, they're gone. Number five, telemarketers. I know this hits you in the sweet spot, but don't worry about that. Now, what are the safest jobs, Greg?
Construction, electricians, plumbers, any of the trades are gonna be safe. Contractors. You can't get AI to go build me
number one. Anything requiring physical touch. So think massage therapists, surgeons, dentists. Although dentists, they're getting stuff now that you can just bite down on something and it does it anyway. Number two, along the lines of what you're saying, anything that's operating heavy machinery.
Yeah, that's not going away.
Okay. And of course, manual labor, roofers, dishwashers, those kind of things. Sorry, my dog is watching something out front and not sure you can hear that, but it's awfully distracting to me.
But you know what? Your dog's just agreeing with you.
I know.
Like, I'm not going away either. I'm a dog. I'm your pet. I'm not going anywhere.
Yep, exactly.
And you're like, I'm going to close this door. But I think it's really honest. Like tree trimmers, lawn maintenance.
Yeah. There's a great one. The guy that shoves the tree into that machine that makes sawdust.
Dude, you're not going to
Kind
get
of thing.
Well, I'm not going to say never, but at this point, that's not going to happen.
Yeah. What they really found, though, overall is jobs requiring communication and information sharing are getting hit the hardest. They're the lowest hanging fruit for AI to do, right? These are the things because it's generative AI, right?
Right.
Now, AI still struggles with visual design, still struggles with data analysis, and not the actual analysis if you tell it what to do, but what to create.
All right.
And anything requiring real world interaction. Okay.
So describe real world interaction. So we're talking a lot about walking out your front door and you see your neighbor.
We're talking about real estate agents, Greg.
Right. No, but I'm saying this, you walk out a front door and you meet with a client or something like that. And then you have a real world interaction with the neighbor. Like, hey, what are they selling? Blah, blah,
That's
blah.
a real world. But let me put it into terms for this conversation today. Okay. Ring, telephone. My AI agent picks up the phone and says, hey, Michael here. How can I help you out? Hey, Michael, I'd like to see 123 Happy Lane. Oh, okay. Let me get the real Michael who can take you out and open the door at 123 Happy Lane. Because AI can't do that. That's the real world interaction in our industry, right? I can get an agent to field the call. I can get an agent to make the cold call. I can get an agent to send you the listing. But at the end of the day, I can't help you unlock the door.
No, yes.
Yeah,
99.9% of the time, that's an accurate statement. There are a couple of companies that have been acquired that used to do that.
Yep.
But that's not here nor there. But yes, I agree with that thought pattern. So what's our next one? Then let's jump into how to get started in the first 30 days.
Well, let's talk briefly about AI and one of the exciting features. I know that we are going to talk today about how to succeed in real estate. Okay. And I think this is very important, right? We want people to have success. Well,
yes, we do.
We also want people to get started. And I want to point out a new tool that is now available in ChatGPT.
I just saw this one. I know what you're going to bring up.
Dude, it's awesome. Study and learn right here. Click on the tools. You now have study and learn available to you. Okay. Cool I am getting ready to try and get my real estate license. Help me. Boom. Okay. Now this is the study and learn. That's exciting. It knows who I am. I can definitely help guide you through the process. Let's get a quick sense of where you're starting. Okay. Which state are you planning to get licensed in? State of California. And I have done my pre-licensing coursework, hoping to get licensed. I can't type.
Yeah, you do better than me.
AP. Boom. Okay. Great. Thanks, Michael. Since you're in California and you've already completed your pre-licensing course, you're pretty far along. Here's a clear roadmap for what to do next. Get the certificates. Boom. Submit them. Boom. You can even download the certificate right here. Okay. Who to mail it to? Do you want help filling this out? I can walk you through it. Okay. Get your fingerprints done. Wait for your exam date. Study for the exam. Pass the exam. Choose your brokerage. What to do next? Do you want to focus on exam prep? Okay. Let's focus.
Yes.
On exam prep. Okay. Perfect. 150 choice question, 3 hours, 70% to pass. Okay. You cannot use anything but the oldest calculator on the planet, and they change your phone into a mouse while you are taking this exam. Okay, they tell you about what's covered here. Now, here's the great. Now we'll prep one step at a time. Question 1. Which of the following is considered real property? Greg?
What's real property and personal property? Real property is anything attached to the actual physical structure. So if you have a flat screen TV.
Well, you have A, B, C, D here. Which one?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was going off on a tangent. What's real property? A tractor? No, that's personal. It's not attached. What's the second one?
A chandelier that has been screwed into the ceiling.
The bracket is real property. The chandelier, if you put it in the contract, you can take that with you. Stack of firewood, that's personal property. Tenants leasehold interest. What?
That's if they're already leasing it, the rental agreement.
That has no bearing on real property. I mean, it's anything that's attached physically to the structure.
Let's say B. I did not say Y. Let's see what it comes back with. Dun, dun, dun. Chandelier that has been screwed into the property into the ceiling is real property. Okay. Then they give you a quick review. Remember the test.
The chandelier is not.
Do you know this test, Maria?
I have
never heard this before.
In a long time.
Method of attachment, adaptability of the item, relationship of the parties, intention of the party installing it, and the agreement between the parties.
So the real part of that conversation is the agreement between the parties. So if you have a chandelier that your grandmother gave you and you put it in your house, you can exempt that out of the purchase of the property to the new buyer, but it has to be agreed upon in the purchase contract.
Yeah. Okay. And then are you ready for the next question? Yes. Okay. Which of the following would not be considered an encumbrance? A lien, an easement, a homestead declaration, or a deed restriction?
Man, I'm stumped on this one. I might. Okay, what's not an encumbrance? So a lien is an encumbrance, an easement is an encumbrance, a homestead declaration, deed restriction. I'm going to go with deed restriction.
Okay, then you know what I'm going to do?
You're going to go with C?
I'm going to type in D. Good try. The correct answer is actually C.
Okay,
a homestead declaration. Bump. An encumbrance is anything that limits title or use of the property.
Right.
Okay. Like a homestead declaration does not limit the title and it does not limit the use. It's a declaration.
Man, you're trying to stump me on this one. I haven't gone through these questions in 25 years.
None of us have. Here's why each option is or isn't an encumbrance. Okay, this is a legal protection is what you picked. A deed restriction is an encumbrance. It limits the use. Easement, encumbrance, gives somebody access to your property. And then, of course, a lien is a financial claim.
Right.
Okay. Would you like to try another one? Switch gears.
Sure. Let's do one more and then let's jump in. Because, guys, what we're talking about here is what to do in the first 30 days. And this is an actually really good opportunity to, in your first 30 days, get refreshed, get, up to snuff on all these questions you're going to be asked. What's our next question?
Oh, I love this one. Property owner grants a neighbor the right to cross their land to access a public road. This right is recorded and stays with the land. What kind of right is this?
So it's a license, an encumbrance and gross, encumbrant. What's that word?
Easement and gross or easement appurtenant.
And D is what?
Encroachment.
I think it's easement and gross.
I think you are right, but let's make sure. We got B here. Close. We're both wrong. It's been a long time, Greg. We've only got a few more we can miss. Okay, an easement appurtenant runs with the land, stays with the property even when it's sold, involves two parcels of land. Bump. Anyway, they give you all the information. This is a great way for you to study. Okay, and you can also do this with college math. And I think what this is going to do, and my wife's a kindergarten teacher, So I would go back to feeling like that is a high touch industry and she's not at risk, but I would be scared to death if I was a college professor wanting to teach mathematics or science or real estate or something like this, because AI can do that now. And I'm hesitant to say this. If it's somebody that is better off working alone, this is probably going to be a better teacher.
Well, it is, and because you can get on your iPad or your laptop at whatever time of the day, anywhere you are, and it's free to ask these questions. Well, if you're paying for the $20 a month, it's going to get much better results for chat. But the point is that you can access information on an instantaneous basis at any location. And when you and I, Michael, when we were coming up in the real estate business, we didn't have anything like that. We had what they call books with tabs on them.
I think I still have them around here. The way that I learned was somebody handed me about 15 of the California state tests and the answer keys. And they said, just memorize the questions and the answers and you'll be fine. And I kid you not, every one of the questions that I saw on the test was on one of those practice tests.
I hated those practice tests.
Now, I don't know how well I did because they just tell you pass or fail.
All you need is like a 75% or something like
70%. And actually, if you fail, they tell you how close you were. But if you pass, they're just like, peace out. And you're like, thank God, give me my phone back.
Yeah. So, I had a buddy of mine. He went and got another license in a different state. And he got one question off from success. So, yeah, they're just like, yeah, you missed one question too much. You have to pay another, $90 and then come back in. And
well,
that's the thing.
Not the money for me here in San Jose. It's a trek. It was like a 90-minute drive to get to the test site.
Yeah. Did you go to Oakland?
Yeah.
Yep. I went to the same twin buildings there. I know exactly what you're talking about.
All right. So today we're going to talk about how to succeed in real estate. And Greg, what I want to do is I want you to kind of lead and drive this, because I think what we're really talking about is those new agents to the business, 0 through 6 months, or anybody that is looking to do a reset. If you are not hitting the numbers that you want to hit and you are not achieving the success you believe you should be getting, this is the show for you. We're going to talk about how to get through this. We're 18 minutes into a 40-minute show. Greg, take it away. What do people need to do if they're resetting from 0 right now?
Okay, so what number one thing in today's day and age, and you covered it in our first segment here, you need to reach out to someone like Michael, and you need to create systems. And I mean that because systems are going to save your rear end. Now, you can be an employee or you can be the owner. It's really going to be up to you. So you figure out your CRM that's going to work for you. Everyone asks which one's best. Contact somebody like Michael. They'll walk you through what your wants and needs and desires are. They'll set you up and get you guys moving on that front. So create some systems.
So Greg, I'm going to stop you for 1 second.
You just did.
Because I do agree with you.
I know.
But you know what I want to do for those people that are brand new to the business or a reset? I think that some of the people that are in the business now need to take a very close look at what they are getting from their brokerage, both in tools, training, resources. I mean, I know you're with EXP. I'm with an indie boutique brokerage. I know a lot of people at Keller Williams for my business, from, Coldwell Banker, from Compass, and they all have a different set of tools. And I think what's important to know is that those tools are sometimes good. Now, Greg, do you ever recommend using your company CRM?
No.
Why not?
Because I don't want them to own my data. I want my company to be a business in a box. I want my own phone number, my own emails, my CRM, all my systems. I want them to be owned solely by me. So if I have to pick up and jump to another brokerage, they own none of my data and I can run on my own. No, I have never used a company CRM ever.
Okay. Good mindset. I think that there are many trains of thought. I have been using my own tools as well, and I find it very good. For some agents who are just starting out, sometimes those tools are okay. If you're with an indie brokerage and they're giving you access to Follow Up Boss, maybe that's a tool you use. Okay.
Well, Follow Boss is an independent company, so you can take that and you can start paying for your own subscription if you decide to shift. You know, with EXP, they have all of our systems are independent companies, so we can just take it and pay for ourselves if we decide to shift away. And that, I like that thought pattern. I don't like our past brokerage, right? Everything was in-house. And if you left, you would have to go through a rigmarole of getting all of your data back, all the blah, blah, blah back. And I just don't like that idea. I don't like being handcuffed to a company.
I built it that way on purpose.
I know you did. You're the culprit.
Yeah, so, but what I would tell you is 9 times out of 10, your brokerage doesn't do anything with that data.
Well, there's that one.
There's that one. Agreed. All right. Now I interrupted you. Do you remember where you were?
I do. Yeah, I got a whole list here.
Keep going.
So once you kind of get some of your system set up, you want to figure out how you want to prospect and find clients, right? Find your next, your next buyer, your next seller. What are you going to do? Number one thing, go out there and make 50 contacts a day. Now, when I say that, you're going to freak out and be like, oh my gosh, I can't do 50 cold calls. I can't do 50 door knocks. I can't do blah, blah, blah. Here's what you can do. Contacts doesn't mean anymore in this era that has to be physical. It can be digital. So I want you to get on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. I want you to start creating content there. I'll say I would immediately go onto your Instagram and Facebook and create 2 stories and shorts every single day. One personal, one professional. So personal one would be like, hey guys, I'm at the dog park this morning, just ran into this great new blah 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 breed of a dog, met this new individual, great conversation, you guys got to check it out. It's at 123 Main Street and First. You guys are gonna love it. If you see me, I'll be the 6'5" Sasquatch with 2 German Shepherds. Second one would be, all right guys, I want to talk to you about the market here. Here in town, our turnover rate, which means how many homes are selling in the next last several months, is this. We only have about 1 to 2 months of inventory, which means it's a phenomenal time to put your home on the market because the buyers are buying and the sellers, if you're one of them, need to be selling because you can potentially get the highest and best price and best terms. So give me a call. Let's talk about your property and let's see if we can, find the price that works for you. Examples, but do 2 of those. Now, here's the catch. We're going to go back to the 50 contacts. So you put those videos out there, and every single person, and this is something I learned from Gary Vee from many, many moons ago, every single person that views that story or reel, you send them a DM and be like, hey, Michael, thanks for watching my video, man. Did you find it valuable? Then the conversation starts. That is a contact. You're building a relationship. Now, he might not respond. He might respond, but the algorithm now will show your information up to him more often because it's like, oh, they're friends. This is social media. So 50 contacts a day in some way, shape, or form. And it could be, as Michael and I have alluded on multiple different videos prior to this, is that when I was training him, I said, go out and hand out 25 business cards. And he's like, okay. He went out and he went to one door. The person slammed the door in his face. He took the other 24 business cards, threw them in the garbage can and went home. This way with social media, and I'll get into videos here in a second, is something that these people already know, like, and trust you, right? They're friends with you on social media. And so reach out, be relatable. There's been a bunch of stories where people like they'll talk to their best friend or their mother's best friend or something like that, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, Michael, so good to see you." Blah blah blah. And you're like, "Hey, what's new?" Like, we just bought a house. And you're like, I sell real estate, right? No, we totally forgot. You have to be relevant in today's day.
Yeah.
Otherwise, there's so much chatter and noise out there. I always used to make the joke that when you get into the business and you really want to make a difference, it's like I don't have a business card in front of me. I'm just going to hold up something here. Little pamphlet thing. Let's say you're at a football game, baseball game, and you're on the front line, and it's a packed stadium, and your team just gets a touchdown or hits a home run or someone scores a base or something like that. And everyone stands up and starts cheering. The place is erupting. They got music going. And then you hold your business card up in the air and goes, "Hey, I'm a real estate agent. You should call me. Give me a call. I'm right here." Well, you're irrelevant. Oh, I do have a business card. Here it is. So you hold this little thing up and say, "Hey, you need to call me." Nobody's listened to you. Why? Because you bring no value. Their minds are somewhere else. That's where you have to be in front of folks on a consistent basis. I mean, never stop being relevant. Read, watch podcasts, listen to, books, watch YouTube videos, go to conferences, network with top agents, learn one thing a day, and then barf it back out into the world so people know that you're a professional. And never, ever, 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 ever stop having fun with it. Now, I don't have my shirt on right now. No, I don't have the right one on. But I have a couple of shirts. I turned myself into a moving billboard. And they're funny. Like the one I wore yesterday says, "I got curb appeal." Everybody laughs about that one. Or it says, or another one says, "Realtor, that's what's for dinner." It's just funny. And people will laugh and watch. You get in a conversation, hand them a business card, say, "Hey, I'm glad you got a kick out of it. Move forward." So that's your decision on what you want to do from that point. But videos are also insanely important. And you can go, and Michael, I want you to dive deep on content-wise and where people can get it. But YouTube is a living business card. With the right video tags and channel tags and the right meta put in there, which there's a lot of systems that can help you do that and kind of show you how to do it. Michael and I can show you how you can copy the most viewed video in your area on a certain topic, then take all the video tags and channel tags, post them into the back end of YouTube. So now you're going to be able to leapfrog over that video and put your own spin to it. Now, why is that important? It's important for one reason and one reason only. When people are going to consume your content, they're going to get into a relationship with you, even if you don't know them. Second off, if they're up at 3:00 in the morning stressing out about their move from Cincinnati to San Francisco, well, if you're the guy or gal in San Francisco, you're like, "Hey, you got to do this, or you should go here. Check this out. This is amazing. You don't want to go here." You become relevant. That is the power of the connections. And video. Video is huge. And Michael, what'd you say? When you first got on video, did you think you looked good or sounded good?
Oh, dude, I'm sexy and I know it. No, I freaking hate it, guys. I hate it today. I'm like, my hair's wrong. I can't find the right baseball cap. I just realized that both Greg and I are wearing green. It's like, Greg, we should maybe have a call. But you know what, guys? It's not about that. And I still hate doing video. I still hate getting up here every day and being in front of the camera. I love talking to people. I've got no problem face to face. I struggle at the video. I struggle looking at the camera. I struggle right and left. But you know what, Greg? I want to talk about this video because it is getting easier. And do you know what helps create video?
Repetition.
And something else. Chat GPT, baby.
Oh, Lord, I knew you were going back to this.
Okay. I'm a new real estate agent looking to expand my business. Create me 5 YouTube video titles, descriptions for the videos, and appropriate keywords separated by commas not to exceed 500 characters, because 500 characters is the most keywords that YouTube allows, and it needs them separated by commas, so why should I do the work later? Okay, boom. Here's what it's going to come up with. Okay.
I'm honestly interested to see how this is
Okay.
going to.
Here are 5 strategic YouTube video titles, descriptions, and keyword sets tailored to help a new real estate agent build visibility. Ding, ding, ding. Exactly what Greg was talking about. Hold your card up. Trust and local authority. First time buyer, here's what you need to know before you start house hunting. Okay, it's kind of a draw in, right? It brings you in. Buying your first home. In this video, I break down the biggest mistakes first time home buyers make. Let's bring some of that fear, uncertainty, and doubt in there, the FUD factor, and how to avoid them from getting pre-approved to making the right offer. This is your step-by-step guide to buying with confidence. Keywords, boom. Next title, 5 things I wish I knew before.
Go back up.
Yeah.
Is there a down arrow right there? Oh, that was just go down to the next one.
Let's go down to the next one. Yep. Okay. 5 things I wish I knew before becoming a real estate agent. Boom. Okay. How much does it really cost to buy a home? Okay. Now you can take this and you can copy one of these. Let's go back down here. Okay. Let me know if you'd like these customized for a specific city, niche, or to match your branding style. But you know what I'm going to say is create me a 5-minute script or the video titled, boom, tour with me behind. Okay, here we go. Now it's going to go and create you a script. Okay, walk up to the home. It tells you what to do. Hey, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Michael Fielden, a real estate agent here in the Bay Area. And today I'm giving you a behind the scenes look at what really happens during a home showing. Whether you're buying, selling, or just curious, this is your chance to walk through a home with me and see how I help clients make start decisions. Let's go. Okay, boom. Now it's going to keep going down. Do the exterior of the house, more of what you're saying, scenes. And I love how it breaks it down into stuff that's easy to manage. Okay.
It is. It's the editing on the backside that a lot of people have a problem with.
It is. But you know what? Who cares? If your voice sounds good, that's all that matters.
Well, it's just getting going.
It is getting going.
I mean,
but they're telling you what to do here, though, Greg. Here we're going to do walking up to the home. Okay, walking up. Okay, standing at the exterior of the house. Okay, walking into the home. Okay, kitchen and living area. All of this is done for you. Walking back towards the front door. During the showing, I'm also watching how the home makes them feel. I ask the right questions. Okay, does this layout match your lifestyle? Can you see yourself here in 5 years? What's missing? Boom. All of this stuff is right here. If they're creating video, Greg, this is where you want to start.
That's a great place to start. I mean, it takes a lot of the fear of what to say, how to do it. It's like literally, not figurative, literally reading a template. And then you just take it and barf it back out. I couldn't agree with you more. Okay. And it's also just one of the things I have taught and I do teach. Is that if you're going to do door knocking, and this is an if, right? But what if you want to do a video like what Michael just showed you? One of the things that I've taught forever is that when you walk up to the property, I want you to find 3 things or one thing that you really like. It could be the pavers in the driveway, the shutters, the front door, the color, the new roof, the grass. Pick something that you like and highlight that. Say, hey guys, I'm at 456 Maple today, and I got to tell you, I'm going to take you on a tour really quickly. I'm going to show you some phenomenal stuff on the interior. But first, you got to check out these beautiful flowers. They're seasonal flowers, but they're in bloom right now. You've got to come over and take a look at them. But after we get done looking at the flowers, let's go see the inside. And I want you to tell me in the comments down below what your favorite aspect is. Now, let's go take a look at the kitchen. I do something like that, but I mean, I have my own style, but the template that you brought up is absolutely amazing for someone just getting started. It's great tips.
Okay. So you've now told us I'm a new agent. I got to get out there. I got to do 50 touches. I can do that with video. I can do that with social media. I can do that at the coffee shop. Okay. There is nothing preventing these people from going out there and contacting people. Greg, I've been doing what you're saying for a while, and I'm not getting any leads. I'm not getting any traction. What else can I do?
Well, number one, you need to look at what your turnover rate and what the absorption rate is in the areas you're looking at. So you can go into the MLS and take a look at, and you have your broker or manager help you with this, or admin. Go take a look at what agent has a dominant presence in that area. If they have anywhere over 15 to 20% dominance in that neighborhood, they put a lot of money into it, and it's going to take a lot of time to get ahead of them. But if you're persistent and consistent, you're going to be able to get there. But find a marketplace that is the most affordable, that has this highest sale rate, that has the lowest dominant agent numbers. So if Bob and Stacy and Phil and Michael and Greg and Rebecca and Steve are working in such and such marketplace, and we're just dominating it, well, go to the next neighborhood and look where there's no real strong competition. You want to look for a place where there's like maybe X, Y, and Z number of agents, but they have like a very low percentage of ownership. That will really help you, but also learning your scripts. And the number one script for any of these conversation is called Ford. Now, this stands for family.
I know this one.
Well, okay, tell it to me.
Family, occupation, dreams.
Nope, that's the last one.
Yeah, I know, but
what do you do? What do you do when you go outside and
recreation?
There we go.
So family, occupation, recreation, and dreams.
And you can change dreams to goals. So it could be either Ford or Frog. It really is up to you. And this is the unique way to use this. It doesn't have to go in any precise sequence.
Well, then why couldn't I do dreams before recreation?
You can do it in any form.
You told me I was wrong.
But the thing is about this is that you can use this in the professional or personal area. So let's say you're dating a new individual and you're meeting the mother-in-law for the first time, and you're like, oh my goodness, I'm a little nervous here. Yeah. Well, what you can easily do is just go right down forward. Family. Hey, Mrs. Smith, how long have you lived here? I mean, are the other kiddos here still in the area? Blah, blah, blah. That's family. Then you go occupation. You know what? You guys have a beautiful home. What line of work have you been in? Would you do it again? Would you recommend it? What would be the biggest tip on if someone wanted to get into it? Occupation. Recreation. Man, it sounds like you guys have been super busy with this wonderful business you built in this beautiful house. What do you guys do to get out and have some fun? Do you guys like to go boating? Or do you guys like to go cooking, traveling? Kind of what's your stress reliever? Recreation. And then let's do you want to do dreams or goals?
I want to do dreams.
Okay, so Michael, what's your dream? Do you want to stay in your home forever, or do you want to move up to Tahoe and like sit by the lake and drink a nice cup of coffee in the morning on a snowy day?
I want to live on the coast.
You want to live on the coast,
overlooking the ocean, and I just want a chair by a window, and I want everybody just to leave me alone.
There, okay. Well, when would you want to have that take place and make that a reality?
Yeah, soon.
Describe soon.
But you know what, Greg? I know we're pushing up against the time. There was one other topic I really wanted to cover with you and then go into tech. So we talked about Ford. You taught me something that has saved my bacon more times than I can count. And you probably don't even remember, because back in the day, you had done something with some company and you got something that felt like a shakedown where you gave away some free booze. And it was the lesson was always have something to leave or give away.
Yes.
And you were like, they could literally get like a 6-pack of wine or something, right?
Well, it's very simple. I mean, what you do is you walk into a property, and let's say, here, this is a dumb example, but you'll get it. This is a controller for a drone. Let's say I see a drone and you're super excited about it. Well, I would go and I'd research that drone. and I would get a book or a pamphlet, or I would get like a cool, silly, add-on or something like that would bring value to you. And so that's what I've done. I mean, I've taken multiple listings by just literally going out. I had a client, I didn't buy him the compound effect, but I went and bought him a book on Amazon, $20, about the city they were moving into. And they were so pumped. And I wrote in there, "Hey, Bob and Sue, thanks for meeting with me. Hope you find this book helpful. We look forward to working with you, Greg McDaniel." Right. But if they have a large liquor cabinet, figure out which one they like the most. Go buy them a bottle.
Yeah.
I mean, and bring it to them as a gift. Wrap it up, make it look pretty and nice, like a birthday gift. Because no one else is doing that. Nobody.
Yeah. Now, when you're at your open houses and other stuff, Greg, I have something that I've been giving away to people and using as a topic of discussion now for a while. And I know you're going to laugh because it would truly be the difference between how I would do something, because it gives me something to hide behind. But my MLS offers this service called Aculist. And Greg, give me what's Danville's zip code?
Danville? I'll give you. Okay, so 94526.
Actually, let's do San Ramon. Do you know San Ramon?
94583. That's just one of them.
Okay. I can hit this, and it's not finding anything for that. 945?
945, and try 94582. All right, let's do something real easy. Go 94507. That's Alamo.
Oh, this might just be because I'm on my. Let me do.
It's on your MLS.
Yeah, maybe it's just mine. I'm going to do Santa Clara County.
Sure,
Greg, and they basically give you the option of creating these little infographics, and I use this market report all the time. And basically, what it does is it allows me to go in and create a market analysis of what's going on in that area. So if I take this and look at this report, we've got the 9 zip market report, how many closed sales, what the median sales price, median days on market, 101%. This is great for 2 reasons, Greg. I can use this with buyers and with sellers, right? Buyers, what's the activity like? Here it is. Sellers, well, I think my house is worth $2.5 million. Well, is it like everybody else's? Because if it is, I can tell you right now, the median sales price is 1.89, right? Also talks, in a narrative form, and it gives you graphs. Quick, easy, painless. You hand this out, gives you a talking point, includes all of your contact information on the right, and it looks sexy.
It does. And if you guys don't have this product in your MLS, you can go to NARRPR, and you can create similar reports to this. And we can go down through a whole list of that, but that's actually a very good looking report. That is RPR.
Yep. Here is RPR. That was Aculist. And you can do all kinds of seller market activity reports are great. And they're going to show you this. They're generally multi-page, like their market activity is 11 pages, but you can extract just small pieces of information. You don't have to give out a bunch of 11-page documents. This is a great tool and a great resource.
Absolutely. And as a new agent in the first 30 days, you can print out these reports or just use them on your tablet or laptop or whatever else. Me personally, I like to print them out and have them in my hand.
Yeah.
But you can take them and you can just review them yourself. Just digest the information. So when you're doing this stuff and you're using this tech, one of the things I'm going to leave you with, this is going to be my last one. Set goals, ladies and gentlemen. You have to have a rudder in the boat. Otherwise, you're just going to be running around like you don't know which way you're going. So set a goal for this year. And if you want to sell 1 billion homes, probably not going to happen. Now, if it does, sweet, kudos to you. But the point is this. Let's say you're not doing it full time, you're doing it part time, and you want to sell 5 homes, 10 homes, a home a month, whatever it's going to be. Then you understand which way you're going to go. Then you take a sheet of paper, and I want you to write it into 4 quadrants. And each quadrant is going to be 1/4 of the year. And you're going to write down one system you're going to put into place, not 10, not 5, one system. Then what you're going to need to implement, who you're going to need to implement it with, and what are your expectations and returns. Now do it quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4. Don't do anything more, but have your goals set. Now, if you exceed your goals, amazing. If you fall behind your goals, that's okay too. Your first, couple of months in the business, you're going to have ups and downs and all arounds. Realize that, but understand what you want to attain. Do you want to be a top agent? Do you want to do luxury? Do you want to do mobile home parks? Do you want to do condos and townhouses? I mean, do you want to sell coastal homes? Do you want to sell the desert homes? What do you want? What environment do you want to be in? Once you do that, all the rest of this stuff is going to fall into line. Because if you're like Michael, and you're like, oh, and I tell him, go door knocking and do videos. He's like, no, but I'll write content and I'll create books and I'll, put out pamphlets and put, all kinds of stuff that people can read. And then people will relate to him. So figure your lane out and stick in it. When I write something, it looks like a 3rd grader with a crayon took over my hand. It is not a pleasant thing to look at, but I can do video, and that's my lane.
It's not a 3rd grader, Greg. That's like pre-K. All right, Greg, this has been an exciting show. We did not cover nearly what I thought. And this is going to be one of those unique shows where, Greg, I think we're going to touch on this again next week. I think we need to continue a little bit of this conversation and put 10 minutes into that, because I think we missed some of the stuff that's key. But I think the amount of stuff that you guys need to learn as you get into this business is endless, right? Staying up, this is your job now. If you have a real job out there, this is now your real job. And your real job is to stay educated, informed, knowledgeable, and consistent.
Yeah.
Almost like Ford. It's 4.
Yeah. But consistency is the number one thing. Learn something new every day. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Go to your broker, go to your manager, go take a top agent out to lunch. And just say, hey, can I buy you lunch or a cup of coffee? Now, can I ask you 3 questions? And then you figure out your 3 questions. And here's the thing, if you execute on what you ask and you come back and tell them the results of what you got from their advice, I will guarantee you they will sit down with you again. Yeah. And that's the fastest way to learn all this stuff.
But wait, there's always more.
I was just going to wait. And there's more.
And when you invite this top agent to lunch and they say, oh, yeah, let's go to Pete's Brass Rail and Car Wash.
Yeah.
Make sure that you know where the car wash is.
There is no car wash.
There's no Pete either.
No, there is not.
There's also no Brass Rail.
No, there's not. But it's
so
funny.
If you're looking for any of those things and trying to reach Greg McDaniel, just know that there is actually a Pete's Brass Rail and Car. Is that what it was called?
Well, it is called Pete's Brass Rail
and Car Wash.
And Car Wash. That's the full name. But the point is
like there's no car wash.
Yeah. Do some research. Figure out a place that you like and that's easy. So don't be like, let's go to like a super white cloth, restaurant and have a really expensive lunch when you're brand new in the business and you have a couple of pennies in the bank. Now, if you got the money and you like that kind of lifestyle, go do it. That's your vibe. I mean, you pick your lane. Yeah. Just go have fun. And if you're really broke, here's a trick. Invite them to coffee. I know I'm going to get in trouble for saying this. Invite them to coffee. Get there early, get a cup that looks like you have coffee in it and fill it up with water. And now you're doing a meeting at a 0-cost basis for yourself.
Yeah, 100%.
All right, we got to wrap this thing up, man. We are 9 minutes over.
Always. All right, Greg, it's been fun. Thank you very much. It has been awesome. As always, the Greg McDaniel, the man, the myth, the legend. We will be back next week.
Michael, where can people get a hold of you?
They can get a hold of both of us, Michael and Greg, separately. Michael at REGeeks, Greg at REGeeks.com. And you can also find me at supportgeeks.com if you need help setting up your systems, programs, and technology. Always here to help. Greg, you can find pretty much everywhere on the internet. Just look up Greg McDaniel, spelled just like it sounds, and he'll be out there.
And you'll see my mug. All right, boys and girls, we'll see you on the next video.